You are listening to Realign Your Life Podcast, where I discuss with you strategies on how to realign your life and move towards the direction you always want to. I am Vivian, the host of this podcast, and every week I will bring value on how to improve and realign your life either through a guest or my thoughts. I can't wait to share what we have this week. It's time to realign your life. Well, hello there, and welcome back to Realign Your Life Podcast. This is Vivian, the host of this show, and I am so excited to have you here with me for this episode. Well, this is the month of March, and I love this month because it is the beginning of spring. Everything is in bloom. The flowers, the trees, and of course the pollen is everywhere and our allergies are acting up. But we can take some Sudafed or some Flonase and keep it moving because it's such a beautiful and refreshing time of the year. And the other significant thing about the month of March is that it is Women's History Month. And I could not let this month go by and not say something about the significant role that women have played and are playing in this world. Of course, wouldn't be a world without us, right? We got to have the women. So I wanted to share with you some of my thoughts about women and our role in this world and where we are today and how we've come far, how far we've come and how far we still have to go. And the role models that have shaped where we are today. Back about 11 years ago, I formed a nonprofit called God's Kind of Woman. And I formed this nonprofit because I felt that women needed to have an environment in a place that was safe, that they could use their voice to be able to share their stories and to be able to encourage each other as they pursue their God-given purposes. And we do this through a platform of prayer breakfasts that are held on a quarterly basis and yearly retreats, which we will be doing our 7th retreat next month, April 19th through the 21st in the mountains of North Carolina. You can go to the website godskindofwoman.org if you are interested in joining us there. There are a few more places that are left, and it's quite affordable. But getting back to Women's History Month and how it started, March the 8th was International Women's Day. And this is a day that is celebrated all over the world now. In 1977, the United Nations finally recognized International Women's Day. However, this occasion actually started out of a labor movement. And so today, like I said, it is celebrated all over the world in different ways. Now, in 1981, Congress designated Women's History Week as the second week in March. And then about 1987, they extended that to Women's History Month. So that's where we are, and that's how Women's History Month got started. Purple, green, and white are the colors for Women's History Month. And this came out of that movement of International Women's Day, which actually originated from some of these suffragists, some of the women that were part of the women's social, and political union back in the early 1900s. Wow, we've come a long way. We still have many issues that confront us as women today as we continue to struggle for our rights. We struggle for the ability to be able to make those decisions that apply and affect us as women. In the creation story in Genesis, we find that God created them as man and woman. And he created us equal to be able for the ultimate purpose of worshiping him, worshiping God himself. Adam needed a helpmeet to come alongside him in worshiping God. In the true value of a woman, God designed you for greatness. Bishop Larry Jackson states in his book that God created her to be his helpmeet and not his helpmate. A helpmeet was one that stood out front so that she could be protected. I would highly recommend this book to you because it's great. And this is part of the basis for the upcoming retreat next month. But the woman is out front because if she's behind the man, he can't protect her. If she's on his side, he can't see what is coming at her from the right or the left. But if she's out front, she is actually announcing him, and he is able to see all around her and to protect her. Get that book. It's really good. Women throughout history have had really, really significant roles. They are the heartbeat in shaping families, communities, and nations. We continue to make strides. However, we have to remember and never, ever forget that we haven't gotten here on our own. There have been many, many sacrifices for us as women to get to be where we are today. These women are who I call trailblazers. And we can go all the way back to the Bible in Genesis, and we can see Eve with her sons, Cain, Abel, and Seth, or look at Hagar and Ishmael, or Sarah and Isaac, or Rebecca with Esau and Jacob. And these are just a few women from the Old Testament. But then we can go into the New Testament also, and we can see those women there. Mary, the mother of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, or Mary of Bethany, or the unnamed women, the two unnamed women, the woman at the well, or the woman with the issue of blood. And these are, or what about Lydia or Phoebe? These are women that made strides and whose names were significant, and what their acts were significant enough that they are in the history. So these are women that began the struggle for us. But then we can move into today's time also, and we can acknowledge some nationally known names. Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Wilma Rudolph, Shirley Caesar, Shirley Chisholm, Mary McLeod Bethune, Sheila Johnson, Josephine Baker, Bessie Coleman, Mahalia Jackson, Misty Copeland. These are just a few names that we know and we know very well. But there are so many women whose names that we don't know that have made very, very significant strides in order for us to be where we are today. Have you heard the name of Yvonne Clark, Valerie Thomas, or Jewel Cobb? Check out those women. They've made significant impact into where we are today. So we are in mid-March right now. And so as the month comes to a close, let us forget not the celebration and recognition of women's achievements, their struggles, and the contributions that should extend far, far beyond just 1 month. It's imperative that we continue to amplify women's voices. That's what God's kind of woman is all about. It's imperative that we honor their legacies. It's imperative that we work tirelessly every day toward gender equality. It's imperative. Become a mentor. Use your power to make an impact on a young woman's life. It doesn't matter whether it's your daughter, whether it's your granddaughter, whether it's your niece, whether it's a neighbor or a coworker. Make an impact on some young woman's life in order to make a change in this world. Well, throughout this month, we have celebrated trailblazers who have shattered glass ceilings, the activists who have fought for justice and equality, the artists who have inspired us through their creativity, and the everyday heroes who have just simply uplifted their communities. But let us also remember the countless women who go unnamed and whose names will never probably go into a history book, but their resilience and their strength have impacted this world in a profound way. I think about people like my mom, who's my inspiration, who was a go-getter. She was an organizer. She was a community activist. She was a great manager. Or the other ladies that were in community. And I would sit around and listen to these ladies as they gathered together, either quilting or they were preparing vegetables or fruits through canning and getting food ready for freezing, and just listening to their stories. Or those women that poured into my life, my aunties, my biological aunt, Aunt Massabelle, or my godmother, Aunt Ruth, or Mama Ruth, the ladies in church that impacted my life, the teachers that I had in primary and secondary education that really made an impact in my life, becoming a young nurse, and the women that spoke into my life, the mentors and the women that stepped up when my mom went to be with Jesus and just came in and wrapped their arms around me and taught me things, helped me to become involved in community and make impact and just be all that I was supposed to be, spoke life into me, encouraged me. So I ask you, who was it or who is it that's making a significant difference in your life? And whose lives are you making a difference in? So as we bid farewell to Women's History Month, let's carry that spirit of celebration, empowerment, and advocacy. Let's carry that forward. Let's strive for a world that every woman and girl can live free from discrimination, where their voices are heard and their rights are respected. Together, let's continue this next chapter of women's history, ensuring that it is a story of progress, inclusion, and equality for all. I am sure that you will celebrate and that you will find a woman in your circle or in your sphere of influence to empower her, to speak positive into her life, and to make sure that we as women are moving forward and making a significant impact in this world of ours. Well, that's all I have for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I do hope that you will share it and share your thoughts. And remember, if you are interested in joining us next month, April 19th through the 21st, in the beautiful mountains of North Carolina, go to godskindofwoman.org and get yourself signed up to join us in this wonderful retreat. I guarantee you that you will come down from that mountain energized and ready to go into the next chapter of your life as we go on this journey of realignment. Well, until the next time, peace. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The best gift that you could give me is to share this podcast with family and friends. And don't forget to review it. That way, this podcast will grow organically. If you need to reach out to me, please check out my Facebook page, DM me there, or you can email me at godskow@gmail.com. We have upcoming Bible studies that we would love for you to join us in, or if there is a guest or someone that you would like to see me interview on this podcast, please let me know. We are here to work together to realign our lives. Until the next episode, take care, and I look forward to sharing more and more with you as we realign our lives. Peace until next week.